Alright, I might switch back over to Guild Wars 2 for the rest of the day after I finish a couple quests in here, but I wanted to finish, or like keep trucking along in this storyline because it feels like it's super close. So Reflections in Crystal is the next quest in the story given to us by Reen, and we are down the stairs from the Ocular. All of the 5 Scions have walked up the stairs after a big old meeting was had in this town center. Not really the center, but you know, it's kind of a big old meeting place. But anyway, here we go. Well, I suppose it's time. Are you ready, Mercy? Alright, let's not keep the others waiting. She jogs off to the Ocular and I jog off to catch her. Sprint! I want to beat you. I probably can't beat her, she's kind of like a ninja. I could Dragoon jump, but usually I need a target for that, unfortunately. So it ain't happening. Ah, this is a different one. Ah, Mistress Mercy, says the Crystarium Gatekeep. I have but this moment shown your associates in. Strange to think that I will not have the honor of showing them out again. But I am informed that you yourself may yet return, and I look forward to welcoming you on that happy day. Now, if you would care to follow me. Let's go. Gives us a loot. It's cutscene. Sorry, nope, that was just us zoning. We have a circle-ish thing forming, oval-ish. How long has it been since Alice ate this flying piggy thing? A porksy? Is that what they're called? It's been a while. I'll stand in the middle. Sure, I'm important. Ah, there you are. I take it you are ready for the journey? The spirit vessels are primed and our company complete. At a word from you, we shall begin. Upon beginning the soul-imbuing rituals, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Recommended you set some sufficient time aside, blah blah blah. Yeah. Very good. I shall distribute the vessels at once. Cutscene starts. We have a camera pan down, like this big old kind of spherical blue crystal room with...
All right then. Pray proceed as instructed, beginning with your memories.
Like gold, brass-colored archways and filigree. Everyone is holding a crystal. Or at least the twins are, and theirs begin to glow. Now there's Yashola, Norian J, and theirs begin to glow. They're the white auracite with the red at the bottom, and the kind of brassish filigree. Thancred's glows. And they stand kind of in a pentagon kind of shape, and pentagram, a star, whatever you want to call it. And now each of their 5 crystals, one at a time, kind of floats above their hand. And then back down into it.
The first step is complete, and all appeareth to be in order.
Well, that just leaves our souls then.
Yeah, ain't nothing. The porksy is flying right next to us.
We're in your hands, Angelo.
We're in your hands, Angelo, sorry. Angela is the porksy, I guess. It nods, kind of glows, and then flies in circles, or a circle around them, above them, sprinkling porksy dust, and then comes up into the middle, a little bit above them, and shines very brightly, blinds all of us. And we see nothing but 5 floating crystals, glowing, floating where their bearers once were.
It is done! The vessels have received of both their memories and their souls. I hereby entrust them to your care. They belong to you now. Just be sure to guard them well, yes?
Reen.
This will work, won't it?
She looks concerned.
Our theories have held thus far. But I make no promises about what is to come. Even the greatest mages in history knew better than to transport a soul across the rift. We, my dear, are in unknown territory. Prepare as we might, we cannot account for all possibilities. And it is in such circumstances that accidents are wont to occur. Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
Honesty, 10 out of 10. Bedside manner, very lacking.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
Green does smile in the end after all. I pocket.
All safely stowed away? I do hope so.
They're all pocketed.
All that remains then is to step into the mirror. Go now, and safe travels.
And I do so. I approach up the few stairs, stand in front of the mirror. Reen gives one last kind of little bow thing, a wave from Beck Lug, whatever. Step. Step. The mirror glows. I pass through it. The screen glows brightly, at least. I don't know if the actual room would have, but. And we have a black screen. We are back in our headquarters. People just chilling. Tataru and Kryl are talking. I walk through the double through the double doors to shocked faces from Kryl and Tataru who run up to me. And they ask what's going on. I tell them what's going on. You know, as we do. This is gonna be a silent film for the rest, or for a little bit. Nods all around, like we know what we're gonna do. We walk to the room where everyone is convalescing. I don't know if that's the right word, if they're just in comas. I mean, they were dying, technically, but they have crystals placed next to each of their heads on their beds. Hopefully the correct crystal to the correct person. They weren't exactly labeled, I'm pretty sure. That would be hilarious. Maybe I can feel which soul is which. Kryl nods. I nod back. Tataru holds both hands to her heart, closes her eyes, head bowed. Crystals begin to glow a little more brightly next to the body, and then shine very brightly, as does the body they are next to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The shining continues, kind of like light, white, blue light. And all of the shining from the crystal goes away. The crystal is dull. It kind of seems to have transferred to the body, and Alphino wakes up.
Did it?
Oh, Alice. Shit.
Are we?
Damn twins. My bad. Thancred sits up. Or Thancred's body.
We're home.
Oh, you're back! You're back! You're all back!
Tataru looking around the room, very happy. Y'shtola sits up.
Thank you. My body feels like a sack of popotos, but otherwise, I've never felt better. That said, I doubt any of us will be fit to travel for some while. May we leave the rest to you?
The Exarch part.
The vessel beareth our comrade's blood. With it in thy possession, the way will surely open before thee.
We hold out the Exarch crystal and nod and go running.
What? But But you've only just got here.
Oh, Tataru. Alphino watched.
Tataru, might I trouble you to brew us all a pot of your special tea?
She gives a curtsy.
Ah, and we may require an extra cup.
She looks confused. Cryo seems to maybe understand, but not entirely. Cut screen goes black. And we are, indeed, sprinting. Why is that?
Yours is a long road, my friend. And it stretches onto places beyond imagining.
We're sprinting along the gigantic hallways of the Crystal Tower in our part of the world.
With your every step, these grand adventures shall grow more distant and faint.
We stop when there's this little gold... Oh, it's one of those...
And there may come a day when you forget the faces and voices of those you have met along the way.
An axe head-shaped soul crystal thing?
On that day, I bid you remember this.
Orangish reddish in color, glowing a little bit.
That no matter how far your journey may take you, you stand where you stand by virtue of the road you walked to get there.
And we continue our sprint. Well, run, I guess.
For in times of hardship, when you fear you cannot go on, the joy you have known, the pain you have felt, the prayers you have whispered and answered, they shall ever be your strength and your comfort.
We hold out the crystal of the Exarch, and the giant golden gate glows with like blue fire energy and opens. It has two mechanisms. The doors slide apart, and then this weird thing on either side of the door slides up, as if the two mechanisms go hand in hand. We walk through the doors. In the Crystal Tower Raid series, this was, I believe...
This I hope. I believe. Here at memory's end.
I think this is where Tia stood on the other side of the doors. We just walked into where he was basically locked away forever. And we saw him again. Some days later, we see on a black screen. We have... what's this place called? It's a place where our headquarters are now. It's like one of the bigger cities before you, or not. It's a big old castle fortress kind of area. Alphino and Alisair, well, he's reading at a table. They have cups. She's just thinking. Bored. She lets her head slump to the table.
What is it, Alisair? Are you all right? Do you still feel under the weather?
Physically, I couldn't be better. Thanks to Kryle's ministrations, I'm already looking forward to our next fight.
She's still got her head on the table, like forehead, and just had her arms and hands above.
But seriously, don't you have anything to say about that?
She turns her head on the table, looking toward... What? Y'shtola's staff? What? Thancred's still a gunbreaker? Oregon J still an astrologian, practicing his cards and stuff?
No less impressive than our garments. You've outdone yourself, Tataru.
Oh, Tataru fashioned them the clothes.
To give credit where it's due, I had help from a certain fiery pixie who visited me in my dreams.
Oh, that's cool.
They gave me all the information I needed to get the details just right.
You're a badass, Tataru.
For your weapons, though, I needed a lot more help. Thankfully, our favorite heads of state, were happy to place their finest craftsmen at my exclusive disposal. Oh, and speaking of the Alliance leaders, they all expressed their unreserved elation at your safe return, and promise to come and see you in person as soon as they can.
They really needn't have gone to such trouble. But we'll be keeping these gifts all the same. Do pass on our gratitude.
Why is that bugging Alice? Because she's still a red mage, is that
I
it?
realise we haven't taken up new martial arts,
Okay.
nor have I ever been one to set much store by appearances. But I can't help feeling a certain lack of, I don't know, personal development.
I quite understand. But as you observed, the others had the more pressing need. Rest assured, our turn will come.
Alphina's gonna become a dragoon. She starts to slump further and further into her chair. Sometimes I think it's funny to see the children in them come out.
Ugh, if I expend any more ether, I swear I will blink out of existence. I need a bite to eat.
Says Kryle walking alongside me. He takes a slice of bread and just starts munching.
Tataru, a cup of tea, if you would be so kind. And something sweet.
She gives a big thumbs up with a smile. Goes walking off.
By Mistress Kryle's exhausted state, may I assume that the ward hath been restored?
And we turn around.
Indeed. We succeeded in weaving it anew, albeit at a slightly diminished potency than when I had Becklug's assistance.
Indeed.
It is no cause for concern, though. The tower is not easily reached, never mind breached. And even should some few succeed, their presence won't escape my notice.
But his flesh is flesh.
Excellent. Said duty thus discharged, thou art free to go wheresoever thy fancy taketh thee. Upon which note, hast thou perchance come to a decision? The offer remaineth open.
Well, if you're certain that's what you... I mean, if you think I...
To become a scion, I guess. I have options ... or Garaha, really. Cross my arms. His ears perk up. They are cat ears.
Right. I accept. Henceforth, I shall count myself a scion of the seventh dawn. Grahatia, at your service.
Gives a thumbs up toward us. He's got a staff with a blue
When I was a boy,
crystal.
many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But, like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short.
Someone comes running to us. Or running...
Help! Somebody help!
Looking for help. Alice was testing out his staff and handed it back over to him, but he, like, had to fumble it just in time to catch it.
Hippogriffs! Hippogriffs on the rampage! A giant flock of them! Please, we need help!
She gets
I could do with a little rampage myself.
She gets a little weird smile. Like,
What? Now wait, just a...
she jumps from the, well, second floor into the air. Huge smile on her face, like open mouth.
Here we go again.
Alphino takes some steps. Oh, he's just walking. Alright, Thanker joins him. Does the whole fist and palm thing. Istrola hands him a bag of Tosses him a bag of gold? Oh, bullets for his gun polish, probably. That's my guess. She just keeps
I will
drinking it.
join the fray when I've finished my tea.
Yeah.
Thus did the Avatar of Destruction descend, and in her wake leave naught but tears and ash.
She looks up at him a little bit. Buck looks at us.
And then, one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me, in the flesh.
Graha and I nod to each other and go running. Tataru comes past us with sweets and I think more tea it was. Yeah. The camera pans over this castle city, I still can't remember, to the crystal tower in the source. And now we are in another cutscene. It looks like we're inside the Empire, which would be fitting because it's been a while since we've been updated.
So it was that a new adventure began.
We see a throne, a female figure sitting in it. No, it's Xenos. Sorry, he's just positioned oddly, and the long hair. I'm sorry, you know. He opens his eyes. He was kind of like napping.
The memory of a dying world's end. Night after night. And I thought it but a tired old dream.
A white robe.
I say. I knew that securing the palace would provide your radiance with depressingly little sport, but that you should fall asleep out of boredom. Splendid. Truly splendid. And my own preparations, you will be pleased to hear, proceed apace.
And he blinks out of existence. Or closer to Xenos. Purple dark.
Oh, yes. They proceed very well indeed. Frighteningly so. And we owe it not least of all to this singularly useful body I chanced to find. With the Populares now all but destroyed, it will be the simplest of tasks to discredit their groundless assertions that I met with a grisly end.
Is it the Emmett Selk body? No, that wouldn't be right. No.
And as the very much alive Lord of House Brutus, I have a vast fortune at my disposal.
House Brutus.
Ah, money, 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 the great motivator. There is simply no better way to move men and expedite plans than with its alluring glint. Would you not agree?
He tosses a coin and it lands in the helmet of a fallen soldier.
But wait, were we not acquainted, you and I?
There are, by the way, like 10, 12 fallen soldiers in this room. He takes his hood off. Oh shit, it's the brother of...
Should our familiarity cause you distress, I beg your forgiveness.
It's the brother of the Gosetsu girl? Ah, fuck.
What did you say your name was?
She killed him as he killed her.
Oh, a dagger through my heart, that my deepest desire should forever remain unfulfilled, to live unrecognized, to die forgotten. Oh. So it goes. Whatever this flesh may have been before, it serves only as a vessel now. And I, faithful Fandaniel, labor only to advance my lord's ambitions.
An Asian mask. Again, kind of looking like a phoenix design, but maybe that's just how they all look and they're not intended to be phoenixes at all.
Speaking of which, with the palace in our hands, we may now proceed with the next phase of the plan. But how very odd. Despite all our havoc wreaking, old Elidibus did not deign to appear. dare I hope, that the last of the unsundered is gone. Imagine it! Bound no more by the shackles of mouldering memories of damnable duty, free at last to live for the moment!
Oh man, we got a crazy new breed of Asians? Ones that don't remember the fall?
Your radiance, but give the word, and I shall go forth and prepare for you your hunting ground.
Kosetsu and...
That which awaited was a fell beast.
I had her name on my tongue for a second here.
Ferocious, ravenous, remorseless.
Do as you will. It has been too long, my friend, and insufferably dull in your absence. When you return to me, you will share everything. Every blow will be a story unto itself. Every triumph, every kill. Rest assured, we shall have a fitting stage for our reunion.
Stabs a coin in that.
Oh yes. To reprise that transcendent moment, I will set this world ablaze. And we shall dance before the pyre.
We shall dance before the pyre. It's a weird version of the song. The camera pans out.
The beast shall kindle the flames of the apocalypse.
Away from the throne. Darkening to a black screen slowly.
Into its domain shall the hero set forth for the final chapter in the tale of this star.
Well, that's confusing, because... What? Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about whatever that is. it's nothing. We're gonna be fine. We talked to Grahatia. Let's zoom in to describe him. He got that staff. It's like a black staff with basically like a blue crystal, supposed to be kind of in the shape of the crystal tower. It's got this little like black thing in the middle with a red gem. He's got red hanging down to just the waistline on his right side. The other side, kind of like dark, like kind of grayish. Like a black scarf slung around his neck. He's got sleeves that go down to elbows, and then he's got wrist guards that go like fingerless wrist guard gloves that go up to his elbow, and black pants, black boots. Ah, you're back. Tell me, Mercy, do you think I was excessively familiar earlier in my tone and mannerism? I thought it better to be familiar than formal if we are to be comrades, but now I worry that it may have distracted from the gratitude and respect I harbor for everyone. Perhaps we might consider it a nod to my regrettably less than humble beginnings? Yes, that will do. Being free to live as one pleases is not without its challenges. In a way, it was easier when I had a mission that consumed my every waking moment. It provided me with a focus, a constant push in a singular direction. By the way, was casting spells always so draining? I'd quite forgotten what it was like to do it without the tower. I've rarely felt so exhausted, or hungry. Yet, if all I did was bend the bow, I would be of limited use to you on your adventures, so I shall persevere. Oh yeah, he was an archer when we met him, right? Interesting, I forgot about that. Whoever I might have been before, I am now a scion, and an inexperienced scion at that, a green initiate, eager to learn how best to contribute to the cause. that he might follow in the footsteps of his inspiration. You talking about me, bud? You don't need to butter me up so much, kiddo. Grahatia is now available as a trust companion. I don't know what that means unless we're talking about, like, dungeons? Because that's the only spot I've seen trusts in this game. Unlike Final Fantasy XI, where you had so many awesome trusts to choose from, and they could do so many cool things, and I miss them so much. Oh, I miss that game so much. It's just, there's nothing. The end game, gearing up for the end game was just an absolute pain in the ass. And there were so many different things, whatever. It was kind of nice if you worked with a group. A link shell is what they called in that game, like a free company. In this game's a link shell in 11. If you had a good link shell, or you could have multiple link shells, by the way. You could have one that's just for fun. You could have one. You can only equip one at a time, but you could hold multiple of them in your inventory. But you could have one for raiding and heavy shit, and you just log on to that when you're supposed to, and you could have one just for socialization. But I actually created the Discord on, I believe, server Bahamut for a link shell called Ghost Riders. Not a great name, but it was still. I created a Discord for them, and they were kind of just mostly social. But I created the Discord. I made some people officers, and when I finally left that, they took it over, and they've been running with it ever since. And it's a super strong Discord. Like, I still have it. I don't participate because I don't play the game, but anyway, that's just some memories. There's going to be a link in the description of this video that will send you to my Google Doc PowerPoint, where every slide is an item on Amazon that I recommend because I personally use them and think they're awesome. If you purchase... There are items I purchase from Amazon that I don't put on there, like fucking Metamucil. I mean, if you want the link for that, you're more than welcome to have it, but I don't assume irregularity, whatever. Anyway, it was weird. If you purchase any of those items with the link on the particular slide, I will get a small cut. I will see you next time.